I don't really think I know how to film videos anymore. I haven't properly sat down for one in a while. Bonjour, mon petit chiffre de Amber here. And I was just looking around at my books and I realized there are so many sequels that I have been stalling. I've been putting off picking up and reading. I was so hyped for them to come out, and then for whatever reason can't seem to get to it and actually open it and read it. And I just thought it'd be fun to sit down and share some of the series, or like the sequels or continuations of series that I embarrassingly haven't read. Bought them. In 2 cases, started them, haven't. I've just been looking at them and they've been looking at me. They're like, "You gonna read me?" I'm like, "Yeah, definitely." Then I go to the bookstore and get more books that I don't need. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much, so let's just dive in. The first of which technically doesn't need to be on this list because no, it hasn't been out that long, but I should have read it by now. It is the 3rd and final book of one of my favorite series, and I think that's why I am delaying reading it. I'm nervous. And it's Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahern, which is the final Serpent and Dove book. And I think that's why I'm not reading it, because it's the conclusion. I'm nervous. I'm scared to see what Shelby's gonna do to my children. She's already put them through so much. Blood and Honey was wild, and the way it ended hurt me. First of all, Shelby, I want an apology, but it's already propelling us into a bizarre, quite the conclusion. And I know it's going to be even darker than the last book, even more convoluted. Is that the word I want to use? I don't think it is, but it's going to be a lot. I don't know. I'm gonna stop stalling though. I do plan to read it in October. I do plan to read, it's one of my spooky season reads. I have read the other 2 around this time of the year, so perfect. Next is Unravel the Dusk by Elizabeth Lim, which is the sequel to Spin the Dawn, which I absolutely loved. Spin the Dawn is a Mulan retelling of sorts. It's described as Mulan meets Project Runway. I really loved the book, the first book. I was surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. I don't know why. I knew I was gonna like it because I love retellings. I love Mulan. Then throw in the tailoring aspect. I thought that was a lot of fun. Plus the big task of acquiring the elements for the gown, the blood of the stars, the something, whatever, moon, sun, moon, stars. And the way that ended, I was really, was really intrigued to like immediately jump into book 2 and see what happens with Maya and Idan, and like this new element that happened at the end of book 1. And I have it, and I also have the Fairy Loot editions pre-ordered, and I haven't picked it up. I mean, I have 6 Crimson Crayons now. Part of me won't read that until I finish this duology. What am I doing? Another conclusion to a trilogy, and one of my favorite trilogies, one of my most hyped, me personally, series, but most underhyped by y'all. What are you doing? Hello. This book is Bright Raven Skies by Christina Perez, which is the conclusion to the Sweet Black Waves trilogy. Now y'all know how I feel about Sweet Black Waves. Y'all know that book and Wild Savage Stars messed me up. If you've never heard me speak of these books, what is the first one? Sweet Black Waves is a Tristan and Isolde retelling following Branwen, who is Princess Isolde's cousin and lady's maid, and there is a lot of magic involved, like magic of the earth. There's fate involved. There is 2 countries on the brink of war. There is like a star-crossed lover element of sorts. Forbidden Love. I've talked on and about this series. I love it so much. I just want y'all to read it. I want y'all to understand. I need y'all to understand. I need y'all to listen to me. But because I love these books so much, and because I know that Christina can hurt me, I am, and like because of the, once again, the way book 2 ended and the setup going into book 3, I can't tell you anything without spoiling anything, but like, hello, I am terrified of what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be done. And like, what do I do when I'm done and can't scream about these? I mean, obviously I can scream about the books like in videos, but it's not the same when it's fresh and it's like the first time experiencing it, you know? I'll get around to it eventually. Speaking of another one of my favorite series, Witch Shadow by Susan Dennard, which is the Truthwitch, Wind Witch, Sight Witch, Blood Witch. It's technically the 5th in the Witchland series. It's, well, technically it's the 4th of the full books, but there is a novella between books 2 and 3. So it's the 5th in the Witchland series, which we know I absolutely adore. Witch Shadow is Isolt's story, Isolt's arc. Each book is like one character's, there's one character, there, it's multi-POV, there are multiple storylines going on, but it's like one character's is the main character. She's the main girl. It's like the focus of the book. It's like their arc basically, and this is Isolt's story. I am so excited to see Isolt really come into her magic and all of the developments after Blood Witch. I love Susan's writing. I love this series with my whole heart, and I haven't picked up the book. I don't know, it's not the same as the other ones because there is, I think, one more book after this one in this main series. Susan's been teasing like a branch off of the original series, but then there's also the Luminaries coming out. Oh lordy, I don't know. And the fact is, I want to have read it by the end of this year. I don't think I will because I have, maybe I can put it on my December TBR. I have November ready to go, and I don't see me being able to add any more books to that. Who knows, there would be like, it could be like that one year I read 10 books in 1 month. It won't, but it could be. Next, oh my god, this one is upsetting. This one's, the fact that this book is on this list is so upsetting to me. The fact that I have yet to read, god, okay. Reaper of Souls by Raina Barron, which is the sequel to Kingdom of Souls. I'm so angry with myself, truthfully speaking, because Kingdom of Souls was one of my favorite books of all time. I loved that book. That book snatched my wig. That book shook me to my core. I'm obsessed. And then, was I on the street team for Reaper of Souls? I think I was. I've been anticipating this book. It's one of my most anticipated books of the year. Hyping it, like pre-hyping myself up to high heaven. And it is still unopened. Still sitting wherever it's sitting, just looking like, hey girl, I'm available. And I'm like, yeah, I see you. And my plan was to listen to the Kingdom of Souls audiobook, brush up, reacclimate myself to the world, and then dive right in when I got the book. Use one of my final Audible credits to download the audiobook. I have it. I haven't started it at all. What am I doing? What am I doing? That book came out, didn't it come out like February or something? What am I doing? I loved Kingdom of Souls so much. I have absolutely no excuse or no reasoning for why I haven't read Reaper of Souls. I disappoint myself. I'm so sorry, Rena. Please don't kick me off the street team. Next, oh, speaking of Susan Dennard, the next book, I should have put these together, is A Darkness Strange and Lovely by Susan Dennard, which is the sequel to Something Strange and Deadly, which is her first series. I read that book maybe 2 years ago now. Absolutely loved it. It is like a steampunk Victorian, I believe, novel that involves zombies and takes place in Philly at the turn of the century, and I love that. I love a book that takes place in my city, especially when there are all these landmarks. I'm like, huh, I know that, I've been there. Oh, I don't typically like books or gravitate toward books involved or like with zombies involved, but I trusted Suze. I love her writing, so I knew it wouldn't be trash, and I'm glad I trusted Suze because it was actually really, really good. I don't know why I haven't. I might try to squeeze it in for October because that's definitely like a spooky season scenario, you know. Okay, next is another book by another one of my favorite authors. That's what's so upsetting, is like so many of these are by favorite authors. The Damned by Renee Ahdieh, which is the sequel to The Beautiful. I don't know. We know how much I love Renee. I would die for The Wrath and the Dawn, guys. And I read The Beautiful at some point and really, really enjoyed it. It took me a minute to get into it. I don't know why, but I'm glad I persevered. I really enjoyed it. I really love the world that it's set in. New Orleans in the 1800s, 1899, whatever, and just love the like the dark underground, the Coeur de Lion. I love the characters. I love Celine and Sebastian, and I was really, really excited for The Damned because The Damned is Sebastian's point of view, and I love Sebastian. I'm so curious to be in his mind after the way book one ended, and like this new development with him and just like the new development with so many of these characters. And I was so excited about where the storyline's going, and book 3 either just came out or is about to come out, and I have the Fairy Loot pre-order of that because I want the whole collection, obviously. And I haven't read book 2. I haven't read book 2. It's been on several TBRs, but for some reason I can't do it. There's not enough time to read books. I don't know what to tell you. There's not enough time to read all the books I want to read. Okay, it comes out on November 9th. Okay, I have time. I have time to catch up. Next, I started reading this book actually last year, and then I picked it back up a couple months ago, got a little farther, and then put it back down for some reason I can't remember. It had nothing to do with the book. I just couldn't at the time. And it's The Archer at Dawn by Swati Teerdala. Book 3, the final book, is out. I have it. The Chariot at Dusk, I have it. I have it signed and personalized. And have yet to read book 2. Like I said, I have started it. I have attempted twice to read it. Both times didn't work for various reasons, but it's no fault of the book, and I do very much intend to finish the book. Obviously I have book 3, so I need to keep pushing. I can't say the same as confidently for the next book as much as I'd love to. And it's Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Nyan, which is the sequel to Girls of Paper and Fire, which was one of my favorite books. It's one of my favorite books. I love Girls of Paper and Fire so much. I have Girls of Paper and Fire candle in my shop. I started reading Girls of Storm and Shadow, I think around the same time I started reading The Archer at Dawn at the same time, the first time? Maybe not, I don't know. But unlike that book, I just couldn't get into, at first I thought it was me, that I couldn't get into the book because when I started reading I was like, last year was tough. I was in a really bad brain slump for most of the summer. I think that's understandable. I got like maybe 60-ish pages in and then put it down. Picked it back up this year, and it's not me. It's not me. That's why I said I can't say the same as I did for Archer Dawn. It's not me. I'm not vibing with this book, and I'm so upset about it. Like, I'm determined to finish it. I don't know why. It's because I wanna read book 3. Book 3 is not out yet. I don't know when book 3 is coming out, but I want to be able to read book 3, finish the series, because I loved book 1 so much. I can't accept that this book is not good because I loved book 1 so much. But it feels like it's written by a completely different person. It doesn't have any of the same feel as book 1, and that's so upsetting. Okay, and the last one is Court of Lions by Samaya Daoud, which is the sequel to Mirage. Loved Mirage. Not enough people seem to talk about Mirage for my personal liking. I don't know, I just haven't gotten around to it. I haven't been drawn to pick up. I love the cover is stunning, but I just haven't been drawn to pick it up. I just haven't felt like the desire to read it yet. I would love to, but like it feels like the urgency to read it has fizzled a little bit. But that's my list. Those are sequels and continuations of some of my favorite series, which is that's the part that gets me, that I have yet to read, that I need to start. I need more reading time. I need my high school brain back. I need to be able to read multiple books at the same time. One, read them quickly and not feel like I'm skimming the book as I read quickly, you know? I wish I was better at audiobooks. That's why most of the time the audiobooks I listen to are books I've already read, or books that I don't need to focus very hard on. So mostly like classics or whatever. But yeah, anyway, let me know if there is a sequel that you desperately need to get around to. Let me know what it is and why you haven't read it. Let me not feel so alone. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, feel free to subscribe. All my places are down here so you can follow me, and I'll follow you back. And I'll see you very soon. Bye!